Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest. It's been a while, hasn't it? But now we're back with Series 4, and as you can see, this book is Nixa, the Deathbringer. Also comes with some free top trump cards. Took a while to get those out. But I've just finished reading the book of Nixa, the Deathbringer. Now, going back to Series 3, there was some... It ended off with some mysterious notes, like what happened to Malva and Seth with, you know, those guys. Well, the story takes a different approach. Instead of answering what happened to the villains, it tells us what happens to Taladon the Swift, who has been a mysterious character throughout the series. He hasn't been brought up until now. We finally figure out what's happened to him. Turns out, we figure out it's like a time period thing. You have to, on different points of view. So what Taladon was doing all this time is he was facing these beasts under Malavel's beating. He had the golden armor originally. He was originally the beast defender, or the master of the beasts, or whatever, before Tom got involved. But he fought the most powerful beasts of Malva, who are these 6 ghost beasts. He defeated... Now, these beasts are meant to be in this world called the Forbidden Land. I think that's what it's called. And he bet 5 of them. And he lost to one, who is Stealth, the Panther guy, who's at the end. And he knows all the things about these guys, so he's going to help Tom as a mentor figure along his quest. Now the problem is with Taladon right now is he's stuck in his ghost form. Because when he went to the Forbidden Land, he needed something to sustain his body. So the Wizard Adaro gave him an amulet that would sustain his body. However, in a fight with the Beast, and Malvel came and zapped him with some lightning, the amulet broke into some pieces. So Taladon struggles his way back to Avantia and asks for help. Then Tom comes in and he's back for another quest with his friends. So they're going to the Forbidden Land to find the pieces of the amulet, defeat the ghost beasts, and restore his father back to himself. So we don't know if he got the villains. Maybe they'll come back. Who knows? But these are the 6. From what I know so far, these are the 6 most powerful beasts that Malva has in his arsenal. So the story starts off with Nixa. Well, they go off with Nixa, and then Tom regrets the decision he wanted after Series 3. He's beginning off as a soldier for King Hugo, and he doesn't like being ordered around by this Captain Hartman guy. But eventually, though, there is a nice little hint back of their friendship, because Eleanor defends him without making a quick joke. She says she's doing archery training, and she thinks, "Hey, who shot that arrow?" "Oh, sorry sir, that was one of my pupils," when really it was her. But eventually, Talon shows up and he explains what I just explained, and they go on their new quest. And turns out the first one they're going to find is Nixa. Nixa here is, well, you'll see soon enough. She's a shapeshifter, right? She can shapeshift her appearance and voice. From what I've read, I think her voice can only mimic women, and she can also transform into anything. That's what I'm getting at, because she is a gender as a girl. Anyway, they eventually make a camp, as they do, and Tom encounters 2 Eleanors, and then one's a fake, and Tom's finding it hard to do, but with a little help of Silver knows who the real one is, and he probably, with his sense or keen respect to her, bonding, and they scare off Nixa and lead her to the Forbidden Land. They go in and find where she's been hiding out, and turns out she's in a mine, and Wizard Adaro helps them out with a spell that is temporarily going to block Nixa from using her terrible cries of pain to lure in her enemy or cause pain. But they also find out that sound is also her weakness, so they've got to try and use that as an exploit. However, it turns out in her human form she can't be hit, but in a monster form she can. So eventually they try and figure out a way to use that weakness of her as an advantage. They try and trick... She goes back into her human form, reveals that she has the amulet, and then they start using the sound thing to hurt their advantage and start rising up the pain in her, and she gets enough, she can't take it anymore. But they have to try and trick her into going back into her monster form so they can do some damage to her. and they're running out of time, but eventually Tom uses his magical boots to get in close, forcing Nixa to go to her monster form to protect the piece of the amulet. She goes into her monster form, and of course, with one swing of his sword, Tom slashes Nixa into a bunch of slime, and then he gets the first piece of the amulet. But at the end of the first book, there's something off with Tom. He's making his way out of the caves, but he's in his mind, something's wrong with him. Like, he feels oozy in pain. So there is something there. Overall, the first book, Nixa the Deathbringer, is a good start, and the title fits the Deathbringer as it starts the something mysterious about Tom and all that, and it also starts at the same moment with Taladon. So overall, I like Nixa the Deathbringer. It was a good start for Series 4, and I'm looking forward to see what else it can do to me down this new series of books. It's great to do Beast Quest reviews again. I'm looking forward to the rest of the 5, and join us next time as we do, if we're going to pronounce his name right, Inquirus the Spirit Horse. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But join us next time where we have the Spirit Horse.